Oh gosh. There was one that I thought was kind of funny. Um, this happened to one of the newspapers that I was overseeing when I was regional news director. It was one of my first interactions. I think it was my first site visit to that publication. Um, they we had to like move the date forward because the editor was not comfortable. It was a new editor, and she wasn't comfortable with the meeting she was going to have with a guy who's a restaurant owner who had just given one of the prayers at a National Day of Prayer breakfast. Well, at this breakfast, he prayed for the nation and he prayed for the schools, and he also prayed. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like for God to save us from gay people. And it was very clear, very explicit. The reporter, I think he had a recording of it, and he had written down in his notes what the guy said. And in the coverage of the National Day of prayers, he mentioned that one of the speakers prayed for basically God to get rid of gay people, but however it was that it was worded. But this guy was furious that the reporter had included that in his coverage. And the reporter was like, you said this in front of hundreds of people. You prayed this out loud in front of hundreds of people. He was like, yes, but I didn't want you to say anything about it. And he was insisting that we print a retraction. And I was trying to explain to them, there's nothing to retract. There's nothing, you said this. It was not incorrect that you said this. He said, yes, but I didn't want it to get out there because he was a restaurant owner, and stereotypically, a lot of his employees were gay, or were gay advocates, and so he was getting a lot of pushback from the community and from his own staff about this horrible thing that he said about gay people. But his wife was furious. His wife was there with him. He was furious. His wife was furious. And they were going to sick like every advertiser on us and everything. And it was one of those moments that I faced again and again as an editor, where I don't like having to tell people no. I don't like having to argue with people. I am not a confrontational person. And I just had to look at the guy and just listen and nod my head and saying, I am sorry, you are so frustrated. I know this is really annoying to you, but we're not changing our position. There's nothing to retract. We're not retracting anything. I'm sorry you feel that way, and just let him vent at me. And but inside I'm thinking, oh my Lord, you jerk. I mean, why are you bringing all this hatred to a friggin' National Day of Prayer breakfast? It should be all about love, and you're sitting there spouting off your, homophobia. So,
reminds me of a comment from one of my favorites, Jim Cornette. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a personality from the days of yesteryear, the late 1900s of professional wrestling. And he once made a comment. He said, if you don't want to be called stupid, stop doing stupid things.
Yeah.